of the finest young people that SAISD is going to be sad to lose but proud of, the valedictorians of our two high schools, Joanna Gatlin from Lakeview and Pierce Huchton from Central. Young people, I'm teasing you, but we wish we could keep you a little while longer. But I know you're ready for the next phase of your life. Joanna, you've gone all the way through San Angelo schools. Where did you go to elementary?
Goliad.
And then Lincoln and Lakeview. And Pierce, you've told me you have mostly been here since 4th grade and came from out of state to San Angelo in the 4th grade and then went to Lee Middle School and Central High School. So the majority of both of your schooling so far has been in San Angelo, Texas. And now you're going, Joanna, to Texas Tech, and Pierce states away to that big California, that little old school, Stanford. Wow, what a great contribution you have made to your family, your community, and your schools. And tell us a little bit about now what you think at this stage you're going to major in, and then we'll back up and talk about what you've done at your two high schools. Joanna, what you want to study out at Texas Tech?
I'm looking at computer engineering, but I'm still kind of undecided on what kind of engineer I want to be. That's where I'm going to start.
Well, but that's a fair place to be in your thinking, because so often you get to a university and a professor will open up your eyes to another possibility that you weren't even aware of. So, way to be open-minded about it. But engineering. And you know, I was last night at the top 25 banquets, top 25 students that the Great Rotary hosted for you all, both your high schools. I was trying to keep tick marks about, first off, where people were going, and then second, what kind of majors folks your age thought you were headed to pursue. And I got an accurate ticks count on where the university's chosen by our graduates. But in my mind, engineering was chosen by a number of both high schools' top 25 graduates. Now, Pierce, what about you? What do you think today you're going to study?
I don't have to actually declare until sophomore year, but I've been thinking of going into mathematics or possibly economics, depending on, since I have until sophomore year, I can see the introductory classes and decide which classes I enjoy the most and what I want to do with my life from there. Okay,
only knowing what you know today, with a math or economics major, what would you think you could do with those majors?
I think I could be a lawyer, maybe a corporate lawyer, or possibly an investment banker. Those are the two careers that I think I would like to go into.
That you're interested in right now. Well, the sky's the limit for several reasons for both of you. One of them is you're smart. But second, I'm so impressed that you haven't just been bookworms. And sometimes that is, in my many years, the valedictorians have been in maybe one thing. But you two have been in a large number of things. Way to go. Way to be well-rounded. And I've been told you both get along well with people your age as well as the faculty. So those are lifelong skills that are going to open doors besides your intelligence. Joanna, tell us what you've enjoyed the most about your high school and participated in.
Well, I'm in band, and that's taken up a good portion of my time. I got to do UIL ready writing these past 2 years. I qualified for state this year, but I couldn't go. It was during our South Padre trip for band. And then I did the math team in middle school, but I couldn't keep up with it in high school.
So you are a musician. What instrument?
I play flute.
And you a writer, and you have also must have some strengths in math for you to have done UIL math at one time. Way to go. And both our high schools have fabulous bands, and I watch young people in both those bands. Band members seem to have a lot of fun. Enjoy being a part of both those great bands. What about your outside the school? Any activities you've
I do
participated?
Girl Scouts. I recently got my gold award back in 2008, and it's a really fun thing. It's because when you become older, your troops, they just get smaller because of as you grow up, the interest kind of separates out between people. And there was just 4 of us, and it was just girls it was fun. We were friends.
Well, for our audience, the Gold Award for Girl Scouts is comparable to the Eagle Scout for boys, and it is a big deal. There are many studies that have been done that kids who get their Eagle or their Gold really are leaders. You've learned many of the components of leadership. Way to go! That's a big deal. Okay, Pierce, talk about what you've done in high school and outside the school day.
I've been a class officer the last 2 years, and so this year we planned the senior picnic, which was a lot of fun, and we also did the senior volleyball tournament. I also was the National Honor Society parliamentarian, so I kept track of all the hours and also stepped in and helped with any meetings that we needed to do or any functions that we had set up. And also I was on the basketball team this past year, which also was a lot of fun. We actually got to go. We did a lot of tournaments, and so we got to go to this one Texas Tech game that went into overtime, which was also a lot of fun. And just all 3 of those things were.
They've given you
great.
some good memories, but you've also, both of you, contributed. You've given back to your school. What have you enjoyed outside the school?
I'm part of San Angelo Youth Council, which it's a group of teenagers that sort of is a model after the city council, and we help out with anything that we can get youth involved in. We did Halloween, a haunted house to get youth to come there for Halloween for a safe, fun experience, and then we also help with the youth fair and just painted pumpkins again for Halloween with kids to get them involved and to try and get any youth involved in the city. And also I've helped with meals for the elderly quite a bit, which is also that's something.
It's one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm. I've gone there many times and packed their food, and then I've delivered, and I've helped with fundraisers for it. So I've spent a lot of time there too.
Last night at your top 25 banquet, I was impressed with Mayor Alvin New's speech to you all. It was very appropriate. He models for all of us how to be a leader, but then he left it with you all of you that were at that banquet, but particularly the valedictorians of 2 big high schools, are smart. And you are going to be successful because of who you are. You've both shown it. But he left you with the final word: don't forget to serve. And you've both shown through your high school years that you were not so busy studying, not so busy in your school activities, that you didn't serve, either through your Girl Scout activities or such activities like Meals to the Elderly. You both are, my prediction is you're going to go to your 2 universities and you're going to study hard. You're gonna go to class. Because you are, I have found out, are both oldest children. And I'm an oldest child. I have two, a brother and a sister. And there's certain characteristics. We sort of push ourselves, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
But have you looked to see what you hope to get involved in besides just going to class and hopefully making the dean's list? What are some things at your two universities that are attractive to you?
I'm really excited about the Going Band. I'm going to do that. I get my audition music when I go to orientation. And I'm kind of hoping that they have something out there like the West Texas Rehabilitation Center. They do a day camp for the little kids out here. And because of orientation, I can't go this summer, but I've gone in the past, and I get to buddy with a little kid, and it's really fun. I like that kind of community service. And so...
Well, I've had several former students to be in the Texas Tech Band, and it is a wonderful experience. I hope and pray you get that opportunity. I bet you do. And what have you seen at Stanford, Pierce?
I've looked at student government possibilities. They have something called you run for senator, and you get to help out. It's the student government, and I also want to help with be in charge of the dorm, and you can run for that at the beginning of the year also to help set up dorm activities. And also I've a group of friends and I have really gotten into ultimate frisbee lately, so I want to try out for the ultimate frisbee club team because I think that would be a lot of fun. And then also look, I think they have something comparable to meals for the elderly there, and I would like to continue that.
Well, I don't worry about you then. You're not going to just stay in the library or in front of your computer, and you already both have the compelling desire to serve, as Mayor New challenged you last night. Now, what will you miss most about your high schools? Pierce, what about you?
I'm going to miss a lot of my teachers. They've helped me so much over the years. Not mainly, but my math teachers especially over the years have really helped me, starting with Mrs. Blakemore in junior high. She there's a funny story actually, like in when you go to the freshman campus, Central Freshman Campus, the teacher can always tell who was taught by Miss Blakemore because they're so far ahead in almost everything. Now she's at the high school, but she was a great teacher and started making me love math, and then that was continued by Mrs. Meadows, who was also a great teacher and helped with the UIL math team. She helped with that a lot, and she was a great teacher. And that's continued in calculus this year with Mr. Brewer, who just started actually, but I think he's done a great job preparing me. And just all the teachers, Mr. Morrison in U.S. history also, I think that class taught me so much about history, and most of the teachers really have a passion for what they do, and I'm going to miss them a lot. And also, of course, my friends that I've made over the years.
Well, what about you, Joanna?
There's kind of a school spirit that I'm going to miss, like the competitive nature of a lot of things. I know that when you get to college that there's not very many, writing competitions, not very many, or even band competitions. There's not that competitive edge. I'm going to miss that. And then, of course, my friends, I've grown up with so many of them because I went to elementary school with a lot of the kids in my classes because we've stayed our little group from the pre-AP classes as we transitioned into dual credit. And so I've been with a lot of them for a really long time, and so I'm really going to miss a lot of them. And just the school, just as a whole, the little jokes that you have every day that nobody else really understands. Like our calculus teacher, he told us for so long through Algebra 2, he doesn't need a calculator. Don't give him a calculator. He can do it without it. And he starts teaching calculus this year, and we needed one.
Well, you both have enjoyed high school, and I know you're ending this phase of your life and going to the next one. You'll be able to keep some of your friends, keep in touch with them, especially now with all the technology. But you're going to make some wonderful friends in this next phase of your life that will also be lifelong friends. And we want you to enjoy college, but we also want to thank you for what you've contributed to making our teachers enjoy coming to school. They enjoy so much teaching young people like yourself. You're why we entered this profession that I'm in. Thank you so much, Joanna and Pierce, for what you have blessed our lives through your values, your work ethic, and your sheer enjoyment of being at school. We have seen it in your face and in your eyes, and thank you so much for the blessing you've been to us.